approved Shelby engines. And then of course there's the 427s, which is the big V8, which is a 7 litre, which is what's in here.
That's in here. Okay.
Yeah.
So the
360 brake horsepower. It's a beast. There's no driver assistance at all.
So it's still very raw. It's you in the car basically.
It's you in the car. There's lots of feedback, big tackies, heck of a lot of power under the right foot, and you've got to be really careful and just treat this little lady with respect.
I can imagine, and this is a rear-wheel drive.
This is rear-wheel drive.
So not very friendly when it comes to weather like this.
Yeah, weather like this we're going to take it quite easy. Otherwise, the rears are going to overtake the fronts quite quickly.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then I've heard now from Ross that you did the previous Cape 1000 that was earlier this year. What was your experience doing the Cape 1000 in the Alpha and then compared to doing the next Cape 1000 next year in this?
Well, it's going to be very interesting. Doing it in the Alpha, my wife and I did it, and every 500 Ks we high-fived, and it was a really exciting time that the Alpha actually made it through. It's a 1973 2000 GTV, and it was superb to do it. It was a real milestone to take it 1,000 miles. I'd never done more than 100 Ks through Hearties. So it was a real milestone to make it that far. But the Alpha really cruising speed was about 110 k's an hour, and obviously this is a little bit faster than that. So it's going to be really, really interesting to be able to take it out on the roads, get it up a little bit higher.
And to stretch the legs a bit off it as well.
To stretch the legs, and she's a real driver's car. And those Cape roads are magnificent.
Oh yeah, now I was there with the Lamborghini Club now in September with Ross that planned the routes and stuff. Now I must say that mountain passes and stuff, absolutely amazing. And I can imagine going back in time doing it in a classic car, all those twists and turns and mountain roads and stuff. It must be something to take in as well.
Of course, I mean, you know, obviously every car has its sort of limits. And the beauty of being able of driving is actually being able to feel the feedback of the car. And really, you know, the great thing about the classic cars is that you can feel that feedback even at 70 or 80 k's an hour in an Alpha. You know, if you're in a Lambo or a Ferrari, you've got to be doing 160, 170 before you feel that kind of feedback.
And especially on the newer cars, you have so much technology and computers helping you out to drive it, where this, you need to know what you're doing behind the steering wheel as well on mountain pass.
Exactly. So it's going to be really interesting to get that feedback, and I think, you know, this car is going to teach me a lot, and I'm going to feel my way through the next Cape 1000 with her. I'm not somebody who pushes the cars to the max all the time, so I'm very respectful of the cars, and this is going to be a great experience to have. I'm obviously hoping it's going to be dry weather, because driving around in this is not the easiest thing in the world. So it's going to be interesting times.
Just a bit about the driving experience while we're out on the road. How is the gear changes and the clutch and stuff on this car while driving?
The Daytona's got a very, very firm clutch, and it's got a very late take, so she's very tricky to drive. She doesn't love going into second, and but as you drive her, so the clutch gets lighter and lighter, especially in the changes up into third, into fourth. She actually gets great. I always joke, because if I haven't driven this car for a while, a day later my left thigh is actually quite stiff from driving it.
So it's a very heavy clutch.
It's a very heavy clutch. You've got to really push her in. She's not one for traffic. You're not going to be crawling along into Sandton City in this car.
So at low speeds, driving wise, it's not ideal. It becomes alive and better driving and handling at higher speeds with the Daytona.
Of course. track time trials with the Shelby Club, courtesy of Peter and Paige Lindenberg. So that was amazing, and just to feel her through the corners there, through the twisties, it was great. Going down the mine shaft, she's got a lot more than I've got, I can tell you that.
Well, if you take a look at the racing history around the Cobras and the Daytonas, I can think this car must be at home on the track.
Oh, she absolutely loved it, and I mean the purr that comes off her. My kids and wife were in the stands, and everybody could hear her coming down the straights, coming down the mine shaft. It was top class.
Well, sitting in the car here now with you, driving slowly in this horrible weather, with the side exhaust on this car, you can hear that rumble of the V8 so clearly next to you. It's amazing.
Definitely. I mean, the startup in this car in a closed garage is absolutely fantastic. So it gives you goosebumps when you start her up. Hear the V8 rumble into play. She's quite something. So it's been a real benchmark in my life to be able to actually purchase her, and then to be able to take her out. Color coding on her is perfect as well. My kids love her.
With the blue and white stripes, I think that's even when it comes to the Mustangs, I think that's the iconic color, blue and white.
Definitely. I saw this car about a year before I bought her, and my son and I just opened the bonnet up and just peered at just hardcore